Hey Pisces, how's it going? Welcome to Leo Love Readings. How you guys doing? This is a twin flame reading for Pisces and Pisces cross watchers. I'm going to be using two decks, my twin flame deck that I created myself, along with the tarot. As I was shuffling, praying, preparing for your reading, Spirit was talking to me a lot about people. I guess I could say people. I want to say a person, but it's more than one person, so it's people who are accepting parts of themselves that have never quite been accepted by the people around them. The example that Spirit used is one that I can resonate with, which is being a night person. But it's not just that. It's a myriad of things. It's different for every person. But being a night person is not accepted. Has never really been accepted by a lot of the people around me and at least where I am here in America, our society is pretty much built around day people. I am just not a day person. Like, even when, like when I feel sick, like right now, I feel better at night. I always feel better at night. I tend to want to be awake all night long. And I have to fight to sleep at night. I have been this way my whole life. It's just how I am. And that's just the example that they used. So what I heard was that since this is, whatever these things are, there could be more than one thing. But since these things are being so accepted on a personal level, your life is going to change and shift naturally, organically to fit, like it's going to fit into the life that is created for you. And these things that have felt so unacceptable by the outside world, however that is for each of you, you're going to find yourself in a situation where it is accepted. And you might even be surrounded by people who understand, because they also have that in common with them. I also heard something sweet. That was a phrase that I heard, something sweet. And yeah, those were the two main things. I'm going to start shuffling, and if there is anything else, it'll come to me. But I'm going to start shuffling with this, with the tarot first. I think those were the main messages, but I'm an open channel, so if there's more that Spirit wants me to say, I will definitely let you guys know during this reading, okay? I want to thank you guys for all of your likes, shares, subscriptions, your beautiful comments, your donations, and your bookings. Anything that you need about me information-wise in regards to any of those things that I just mentioned, well, that's not correct. Information about me in accordance to bookings, donations, things like that, you can find in the description box below the video. And this is a timeless reading. Bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles. I'm hearing and I'm feeling a lot about changes, major changes. Something about the color pink. I'm really feeling something significant about a move. Someone is going to be moving. Oh, the other thing that I heard. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit just gave it to me again. Tying up loose ends. That was the other thing that I was hearing before I started. Tying up loose ends. There's going to be, wrapping things up, being in places that you don't really feel is for you. Finishing out karmic cycles, wrapping up loose ends with various things, people, jobs, etc., to move on to what is meant for you. Bottom of the deck, you speak to the Queen in me. So that's interesting. So we have the King and Queen both here. It's beautiful since this is a twin flame reading. You got a good amount of cards here, Pisces. So let's see. Your first card for the regular tarot is the Queen of Swords. We have the Queen of Cups. The Six of Cups. Don't know why I said the Queen of Cups. We have the Queen of Pentacles. The Page of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. And the Magician. Two feminine energies here. With the bottom of the deck with this heavy masculine energy. This could be two different women. Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. One of these could be being left in the past by the Divine Masculine. If the Divine Masculine is currently in a karmic relationship, that is going to be ended, and that is where the loose ends are going to be tied up, and it's probably here with this Queen of Swords, because these are counterparts. These are the twins, so and this is the love offer. It's the Divine Masculine coming forward and offering this after wrapping up this karmic cycle with this Queen of Swords. She might be angry. I'm hearing this is one of the reasons why it took so long to end this karmic cycle with this Queen of Swords, because she's a handful is what I'm hearing, and there might be children involved. So the Divine Masculine has been trying to please her and figure out a way to end this in a peaceful manner, so that there isn't a blowback, whether that includes children or not. But as you see, her eyes are still very red. She's still very angry, and I think that he's just accepting the fact that no matter what, she's going to be angry, because that's just who she is. And that was one of his karmic lessons, was to learn that he can't change people. He can only change himself. And that he cannot control what other people do. He can only control what he does. And a huge karmic lesson was for him to learn how to put a little bit of, I'm hearing, Put a little faith in me. That old song, he had to learn how to put trust and faith in God. He had to learn how to put trust and faith in the divine, in his intuition, because there's circumstances here where he pretty much has to trust God in order to walk away from this woman, because there's something about her that is still very toxic. And there could be children involved. There doesn't have to be. But there is something that this divine masculine does not want to leave with this woman. But he has to. Or there's something that there is something there, and it's on purpose. It's meant to be that way. Because God is trying to teach the divine masculine to lean on God. God's trying to teach the divine masculine that he's not supposed to be doing everything by himself. And I think that it's been very difficult for this divine masculine to have this level of faith in the divine. Because we see him here, well, he's coming up as the King of Pentacles, who's an extremely hard worker, and then we see this here as well. The divine masculine being a very hard worker here. Taking responsibility for the fact that he knows that he has to work, that he has to make money, that he is responsible for what he creates. And I think that there was a big lesson here in this relationship when it comes to that as well, because he created this relationship with this karmic and was not able to turn it into what he wanted it to be, because it wasn't ever going to be what he wanted it to be. He was essentially trying to turn this karmic energy into his his divine feminine. But that's not possible. So then there is that lesson of accepting that you can't change people. It's a balance. There's a very fine balance between accepting things that you can't control and controlling the things that you can. There's a lot of really rough lessons that can go into that. And this is the divine masculine being in his power, with the magician here being in his full power. Him walking away from this karmic relationship is what puts him in his full power and allows him to work on himself, be in alignment with himself. And until he does that, then there is absolutely no hope of him being able to be with his divine feminine. So, let's see. With the other deck here we have No One Knows You Like Me. You won't let me control you. I want to surprise you. That, I think, is the masculine is saying this to the feminine. I'm not sure yet about the other one. That's why I haven't said. I turned people against you out of spite. I think this is what was going on with the karmic relationship. I feel like that was a mess with the whole family dynamic there. There was a lot of backstabbing going on there, a lot of drama. I need you to heal me. I feel like this is also connected to that karmic relationship. I wish I could have done everything with you. This is I think mostly the masculine to the feminine, but I think that this is mirrored. I think that the divine masculine and feminine feel like this about each other. I'm afraid of my power. So, yeah, that's another reason why he stayed in this karmic relationship so long. Because we see him here stepping into his full power, doing something that he's afraid of. When he was over here in this karmic relationship, it didn't matter. He could avoid that fear because he wasn't in his full power. You'll just be disgusted by me in the end. This is something that the divine masculine has had to heal through. This limiting belief. This was part of the lies that he told himself to keep him out of his own power. I'm obsessed with you. Don't want anyone to know. That is how the divine masculine feels about the divine feminine. I'm jealous of your strength. This is a dynamic that existed with the divine masculine and his karmic partner. There was a lot of jealousy with them, and also the karmic female towards the divine feminine. The karmic feminine was very jealous of the divine feminine. She knows about the divine feminine, and there's a lot of jealousy and hatred there. Probably she could have turned people against the divine feminine. There's a lot of drama there. This is also a dynamic that needed to be healed within the divine masculine so that he didn't project this towards the divine feminine. I think in the past this was a problem. But with the divine masculine in his full power, it's not a problem. Your presence is too intense. This is an issue that the twins here, again, had in the past. Or maybe they still have this issue. As soon as the divine masculine steps into his full power, this won't be a problem either. This is only an issue when you are afraid of your power, like the other card suggests. When you are afraid of your own power, you are overwhelmed by the presence of your twin flame. Because your twin flame, in essence, is holding your power for you. Although that's an illusion, that's what it feels like. You're feeling your own unbridled power mirrored back to you in another. And if you're terrified of yourself, then it's gonna be too much being around your twin. And that's another reason that he stayed with the karmic. Because that wasn't an issue there. I wasn't there when you needed me. How could you forgive me? This is the masculine to the feminine. The divine masculine to the divine feminine. Once he is in his full power, this is one of the first things that he thinks about. Because when he was with the karmic, the divine feminine needed him. But he wasn't there for her. He went back to the karmic, or went and stayed with the karmic. There was, I'm hearing that this is different for all of you guys. That's why I just sort of cut that off, because I'm being shown a lot of different scenarios, but this had a root. The root of this was the spiritual issue with everything else that I just said. So, when the reason that, okay, I gotta say it. The reason I was trying to get past saying it and just move forward, but Spirit won't let me. The reason that the divine feminine needed the divine masculine was because of the power dynamic being unbalanced. So the divine masculine needed. The divine masculine was needing to step into his power. And the reason I don't want to talk about this is because to me it feels like the chicken or the egg thing. Because I don't know, it doesn't really make sense to me personally. Because I feel like, well, who stepped out of their power first? All that I'm being shown is that the divine masculine was not taking, was not accepting his full power. And due to that, the divine feminine was, her physical reality manifested in a way where she needed him. And I guess that happened because if she needed him and he was able to respond to that need in her, it would have triggered him responding to that need within himself. So, in essence, it was his own soul trying to get him to get his shit together. But this was very painful for the divine feminine because he didn't show up. And then she was still in need. And so then the divine feminine's path took its own turns. And then things happened on that end. The path split there between the two of them. And what I see here is the potential of the paths coming back together. I didn't want you to love anyone but me. Divine masculine to divine feminine. Actually, this is mirrored. You both feel this way about each other. The divine feminine had to know that the divine masculine was with a karmic and was on some level loving her. She didn't want that. And the divine masculine didn't want the divine feminine to love anyone but him. But at the same time, he wasn't willing to actually be with her. She probably was with karmics, or she probably was with someone. And he didn't like that either. You're so much better than me. There's that jealousy, that power dynamic showing its face again. So really the biggest theme in this entire reading is this power dynamic. Looking outside of yourself for power, or finding yourself in a karmic mess because you're not accepting your own power. And we're seeing this mostly from the divine masculine's point of view. But it also exists in the divine feminine as well. We have you speak to the queen in me here, so there, even if there was some sort of distance or separation, there's still, I feel like this mostly is referring to the divine masculine not showing up for the divine feminine. Thus, the divine feminine having to accept all of her own power. And that is essentially speaking to the queen in her, because she had no other choice but to step into her full power in a place where she didn't have need. And I think that happened. And so since she has done that now, it is giving the divine masculine the ability to feel that through her, even if you guys aren't even speaking. That's shifting things in this karmic dynamic and helping the masculine step into his own power. The twins go back and forth. It's, I've heard a lot of people say different things, that there are certain things that the feminines do and certain things that the masculines do, but I think that it differs from situation to situation. So there's even a possibility that for you, watching this reading, this could be completely flipped as far as the genders go. It's just based on you as an individual, you and your twin as individuals. I think that's what I see anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Anything else, Spirit? No. Okay, thank you.